So today I'm going to be talking about the year I went abroad and lived, worked and studied in Japan as part of my year abroad during my university course and the different things I got up to while I was there. Most of the images in this video are my own that I took, apart from a few stock images and maps. This is my video about what I got up to in Japan. Now, as I have previously mentioned, the reason I went to Japan and lived on the main island, Honshu, was because I was attending a university located in Tokyo in an area called Meguro, the kanji for which means black eye. So this is the Google image you find of Meguro if you search for it. But to be honest, my experience, it looked more like this. The route I was used to taking around Meguro. The university I went to was called Meiji Gakuen University, or Meiji Gakuen Daigaku. Now, I was very fortunate while I was in Japan, because Meiji Gakuen Daigaku was actually celebrating its 150th anniversary, and so there are quite a few events and special things that were on which aren't normally happening. So I've put up on this screen just a few images of the main university campus in Meguro that I attended almost every day. There is another campus called Shirokane campus, which I didn't visit that often except for a festival, which I'll talk about in a bit more detail later. So while I was living in Tokyo, I lived in this area that's on the screen now. That's actually a picture of the dorm, international dorm that I lived in, and it was located in a district of Tokyo called Okusawa. In the dormitory there were lots of different international students who were studying at Meiji Gakuen Daigaku, and that's the view from my bedroom window. We all lived together and kind of went to class together and learned not just about Japanese culture, but about everyone who lived there and their kind of own country. So this is a picture of my bedroom while I was living there, and it looks quite small on the photo, but it felt like adequate room to me. I was never certain whether I was using the bedding system correctly, because I did have a note about having to pack it away and hang it up and make sure that it didn't get too moist and that it had time to dry out, but to be honest, it felt just like a regular duvet to me, so that's what I used it as. You can see over in the corner there's a space for my laptop and my work, and that's where I would study and watch YouTube videos. So when we first arrived in Japan, on our second day there, we headed over to the municipal office in order to complete paperwork and register ourselves as living in the district of Okusawa. And on the photo, on the screen, you can see one of the first photos I took in Japan of the major crossing near the office in Okusawa. After we did that, we took a short trip to Harajuku Station in order to see Meiji Shrine. Now, I did a double check of this because my memory's not what it used to be. And if you Google Meiji Shrine, it tells you that it's in Shibuya, which it might be, but the actual way to get there is to go on the Yamanote line and get off at Harajuku Station, because the shrine is actually just about a 5-minute walk away from Harajuku. And the shrine was dedicated to the old Emperor Meiji, although I believe in World War II the original shrine was destroyed and it was redone in the 1950s. So the shrine has a massive toy gate, which was focused in the previous picture, and then you walk down this massive long path see, I think they're called Shimenawa, these ropes, which, if I'm correct, it's believed that ghosts and bad spirits cannot cross. Here, this seems like such a weird photo, but I distinctly remember my first real Japanese meal was on this day. After we'd been to the shrine, we all went out for food, and I'm quite a picky eater, so I found this kind of nice sounding pancake dish, and I ordered it off the menu, and I was surprised when they brought out a bowl of raw ingredients, and they messed with the table to reveal a grill, and it turned out that we actually had to grill it and cook it ourselves. This is still one of my favourite dishes today, called okonomiyaki, and I've made it for Alex, and he seemed to really like it, so we'll see. One of the nice things about living in a kind of more rural district of Japan was we got to see a few of the smaller, more local festivals or matsuris. So during our first week, the local people of Okusawa had their yearly matsuri, where they carried this kind of portable mini shrine to its resting place in the larger Okusawa shrine, and all of these people were walking down the street carrying this mini shrine and shouting and laughing, and it was just really amazing to watch. On a different note, a less kind of community feel, religious note, I also got to attend events such as the Tokyo Game Show. I think it was on September 15th of that year, and this is one of the pictures I took of the giant Gundam display that was on. I went with a few friends who were really nice, but at that point we hadn't gotten to know each other very well yet, and so it was still slightly awkward at that time, but we got to see lots of different things, lots of new game previews. It was a great opportunity for practicing my Japanese on Nihongo as well, and given that this was only about a week into being in Japan, I was still quite nervous about speaking it. I am still quite nervous about my spoken Japanese, in all honesty. I much prefer to read Japanese, but unfortunately, as every language learner knows, the best way to improve your proficiency is real life practice, and so being thrown into this incredibly busy, PR heavy event was just what I needed to get me used to speaking. A lot of the game footage I took from this is now outdated with some of the games that haven't come out, but so I've just put up one of my favourite photos from the event, which was of this strange combination of Alice in Wonderland themed bunny rabbits with Batman. I mean, to each their own. And those three were actually a group together. That's not a photo shoot where bunny girls decided to take a photo of Batman. This is a group of friends who decided that this was what they wanted. Go them. Yes. I am a big fan of Disney films and music, but I am not the type of person to collect a lot of the merchandise or to have gone to Disneyland. During my year abroad, I was fortunate to be able to have my first trip to Disneyland be on one of the few events where they actually allowed the guests to dress in costumes as well, which I understand is quite a rare event. So because it was Halloween when we went, or the Halloween season anyway, my friends and I, we all went in Disney costumes. So we had somebody as Rapunzel, somebody as Merida, somebody as Princess Buttercup, is it, from Wreck-It Ralph. I'm not going to put those photos up because I try not to include personal photos, or if I do, I blur them out anyway. But it was a really nice way to enjoy my first and so far only trip to Disneyland. And again, This was a really good way for me to practice my speaking and listening skills, as well as getting to go on a few rides and to enjoy some nice parades, as you can see on the screen. One thing that I did question was that a lot of the face characters I saw at Tokyo Disneyland weren't actually Japanese, which makes sense from a true to the casting viewpoint. In the Belle wasn't Asian, Tiana wasn't Asian, but I never see that kind of casting loyalty in white countries where they go out of their way to get somebody who's French to play Belle. But anyway, these photos are taken from the Shido Kanadai festival. So if anybody listening to this has ever watched anime, I'm sure you know that there are school festivals in Japanese high schools, and to an extent that's true of universities. So this was a singing competition, well, an a cappella competition that was held at one of the university festivals, and there were also displays of art. There were massive amounts of food stalls, as well as some of the different clubs. I think this was the photography club, using the lecture rooms to show off what they had done. I did not get to experience any cafes, and I was told that they are definitely more of a high school club experience. The favourite thing I got to see from this was definitely the Hua, or Sign Language Club, and they did a completely signed performance of The Cat Returns, which was, quite frankly, amazing. I'd never really seen any sign language club perform an entire play or film, and not only was the acting fantastic, but the signing was just incredible. And I'll speak a little bit later about some further sign language experiences I had in Japan. So now we've got some photos of the traditional Japanese activities that we in the international dorm were lucky enough to be able to trial. So this is a group of my friends trialing the traditional Japanese dance, which looks beautiful when you see it performed. But if anybody ever wants to try it, I will warn you, you need fantastic core strength, because there's a lot of holding and maintaining different poses very slowly to music. And from what I remember, what I understood of the description in Japanese, the idea is that every movement in the dance tells a story, kind of similar to ballet. As well as traditional dance, we also got to try our hand at ikebana, or traditional Japanese flower arranging, where again some of the different flowers and positions have different meanings. But I will be honest and say that I was just trying to make mine look not terrible, rather than trying to instill a particular emotion or feeling. These activities took place either in the international dorm or outside at local traditional areas that would allow us to come in and practice there. Ikebana was definitely one of the easier ones for me, much easier than the dance, and here you can see my own attempt at ikebana before it fell over, because I did have a picture taken with mine where immediately after the photograph was taken, it just kind of So in the end I decided that these flowers here, which is not really meant to be for my vision of what flower arranging should look like. I wanted to show this though too, because I don't know if it's obvious, but you can see on the right hand side of the photo a blue bowl, and in that blue bowl there is actually a little platform with lots and lots of little small spikes sticking upwards. And in order to get to arrange the flowers in Ikebana, you actually jam the stems of the flowers onto those small spikes, which is something that I don't think a lot of people realise when they see the beautiful flower arrangements. As well as being able to do Ikebana, we were also taught, well, first we were shown, but then we tried our own hand at some traditional Japanese calligraphy. That woman there is showing a group of my friends how to do fully formed kanji characters, and at the bottom of the screen you can see that she was also showing us how to write hiragana and katakana. And the reason for that was that we all had a trial of writing our own name in this kind of style in Japanese, using both assigned kanji that we would prefer, as well as in katakana, which is the script that most foreign names should be written in Japanese. We also tried a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. I've elected to only include one photograph of this, but we ended up trying traditional Japanese tea ceremonies about 9 times over the year in Japan, which was really interesting to see the specific, precise nature you were meant to make tea in. But it was also torture for me, because I cannot stand the taste of green tea, even with the ridiculously sugary sweets they provide with it. The rationale being that you have the incredibly bitter tea and the incredibly sweet snack, and together they make the perfect flavour, which just seems like madness to me, in that I don't enjoy the ridiculously bitter tea, and I can barely stomach the ridiculously sweet snack. But never mind. Here you can see a group of my friends working on origami as well, which was an incredibly fun one. We learned to make things as simple as a box right the way up to a dragon. And this was when alumni of Meiji Gakko and Daigaku would come in to teach us in the dorm, and they would actually sit and chat with us about their lives and our experiences. And not only were they really nice people who gave up their free time for nothing to talk to us foreigners, but again, great speaking and listening practice. This is the kind of final image I have from the traditional Japanese activities we were invited to take part in during the year, and it's a group of my friends wearing traditional Japanese. I think they're wearing summer yukatas. I don't think there's a. No, I apologize. Those are full kimonos that we were dressed in by some very nice but heavy-handed women. I remember them telling me that the t-shirt I was wearing would be visible, even though it turned out it wouldn't be, and I'd have to take it off, and then they padded me or my stomach in order to make the kimono lie flat, which also involved a lot of pushing on my chest. So it's a real experience there. And I think the last thing I'll talk about in this video was our trip to Hakone, which is a natural hot springs located these cable cards, as you can see. Now, I lack a sense of smell, a gift that is called anosmia, but everyone else who was there told me that these natural hot springs, natural kind of emissions smell like ridiculously bad eggs, which is good to know. While we were there, we were able to see lots of the forest, lots of little shrines like this one, which had great importance to the local people who lived there, but I will be honest, I could not read most of the information about it without having to stop and consult a dictionary for a good 20 minutes, and we just didn't have the time, because after we visited mountainous Hakone, we came back down the mountain and we went for a boat ride on Lake Ashi, which was a fairly normal boat ride. It was just like one you'd get here in England. So I don't have any footage of that. And once we were on the other side of the lake, we found this really interesting shrine. The reason I say it's interesting was it was what you'd expect from a shrine. The main big shrine out kind of near a wood, and all of the usual things were done at it. So for instance, when you entered, you inhaled smoke and exhaled any bad things about you, and you washed your hands, etc. But there were also these smaller shrines of the wood around it, kind of homemade ones almost. There weren't any large buildings around them, or there might just be a small torii gate. But some people had obviously been leaving offerings, because around them you'd sometimes find something like 10 yen and a small chocolate bar, or 50 yen and a drinks, a soda of this drink can. So I've put this image up just to show you what I'm talking about, because I was not doing a very good job describing it there. But I find these smaller shrines much more personal, but sadly there's never any information given about them like with the bigger ones. There's no notice boards, there's nobody explaining who this shrine was for, or when it was built, or what perhaps small spirits meant to live in those little houses that you see, or who left the drinks can. But anyway, I have rambled on for a bit longer than I intended. I tried to keep the ASMR videos to about 20 minutes, because otherwise my throat starts to get a little sore, and we've gone a good 5 minutes over that this time. So I will call it an end here, and I will upload the rest of what I got up to in Japan as a separate video to avoid rushing through it or condensing it. It's unlikely, but if anybody watches to the end of this video and they have any questions or comments or any of the topics I've spoken about they'd like me to go into in more detail, please feel free